Good morning, everybody. If I could have your attention, please. My name is Patricia Andreu. I am a former investigative reporter for NBC6 South Florida. I would like to welcome all of you today to the newly inaugurated Perez Art Museum Miami for what promises to be an exciting announcement for the city of Miami and Miami-Dade County. I would like to ask to the stage now international soccer superstar David Beckham, Major League Soccer Commissioner Don Garber, and Miami-Dade County Mayor Carlos Gimenez. Welcome, gentlemen, to the stage. Before we begin with the press conference, I would like to ask each of you to say a few words. We will begin with the man of the hour, David Beckham. As you all know, David Beckham is one of the world's most iconic athletes and decorated football players, or soccer players, as we say here in the States, of all time. He made his first debut in 1999 at the age of 17 and has been a fixture on the world sports scene ever since. Perhaps not as well known is his commitment to charitable work. David has supported UNICEF since his days at Manchester United, becoming a Goodwill Ambassador in 2005. His focus, UNICEF's Sports for Development program. He is also on the Leadership Council for charity Malaria No More. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David Beckham.
Good morning. Thank you for coming and for the warm welcome. I really appreciate it. I think we all do. Obviously, I just want to say this is an exciting time. This is an exciting time for myself, exciting time for my family and friends and partners, and something that we're really looking forward to bringing to Miami. So thank you for the warm welcome, and I look forward to the questions, all of them.
Thank you, David. Don Garber has spent his entire career in the sports industry, working in a variety of capacities in marketing, television, and league administration. In August 1999, he was named Commissioner of Major League Soccer after having spent 16 years with the National Football League. Don has been listed among the most influential people in American sports by Time Magazine and Business Week. And for the last 8 years, he has been named among the top 50 most influential people in the sports business by Sports Business Journal. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commissioner of Major League Soccer, Mr. Don Garber.
Thank you very much. What an incredibly historic day for Major League Soccer, for soccer in North America, and very importantly, I think for the sport of soccer in our world, because this is the first time in the modern era that an ex-athlete is joining the ranks of ownership and will become the managing partner of a professional soccer team. Today is the culmination of a journey that began 7 years ago when David announced that he would join Major League Soccer and play for the Galaxy. Both as a player and as an ambassador for Major League Soccer, he's had an incredibly powerful impact on our sport and our league in this country. As a player, he kept us all on the edge of our seats as he helped the LA Galaxy and his club, the Galaxy, to 2 MLS club championships. He proved to all those who questioned his move to Major League Soccer that he came here not to retire, but to inspire a generation of soccer fans and to leave a lasting impact on the sport throughout our region. When he arrived in '07, he said he believed in our league and he believed in the sport in the United States and Canada. He saw enormous potential for all of us. He believed that we can be a dominant professional soccer league in the world. He said to the world that MLS would be a league on the rise, that the United States and Canada would not only support a Division I pro soccer league, but it would thrive. And boy, and thrive we have. Who would have thought that the Major League Soccer of 2007 would look like the MLS of today, with 8 new teams, 9 new stadiums, and 12 new owners? David's move set the stage for a rule change in Major League Soccer and allowed us to bring in great international players to play in our league, many players that David discussed coming to our country. He helped motivate guys like world-class World Cup champion Thierry Henry to come to MLS. Mexican superstar Guatemala Blanco, Australian national team star Tim Cahill, lots and lots of other players, including our most recent English player who signed with Toronto FC, Jermaine Defoe. But perhaps most importantly, he set the stage for the best players in our country to play in our league, to represent our country, and tell the world that the United States and Major League Soccer can compete with the rest of the world. Guys like Landon Donovan, Clint Dempsey, and now Michael Bradley coming back to our league, and young players who are rising stars in our national team, Matt Beasler and Graham Zusi. One day, we'll have the same impact in Canada when all these players will serve as inspirations for young kids that are playing in soccer fields across our two countries. So I'm thrilled to announce that David Beckham has exercised his option to purchase an MLS expansion team, and so excited that he selected Miami as the market for his new club. Now, David had lots of cities across the U.S. and Canada to choose. He chose Miami because he believes in this city. It is perhaps one of the most international and diverse cities in the entire world, and people here love this sport. We together have no doubt that it will be a very, very successful MLS team. So thank you to all the folks in the back who worked so hard to bring MLS back to Miami. Of course, for any sports team to be successful, David's Miami team will need a world-class, state-of-the-art soccer stadium to serve as its home venue, to show the rest of the world that we could have one of the great soccer stadiums anywhere in the world. If we're successful, this facility will be an incredible showcase of what's so beautiful and special about this city. Starting today, David and his partners in the league will start working closely with Mayor Gimenez and the Miami County Commissioners to continue our work to find a project that makes sense for the public, that makes sense for David and his team, and makes sense for Major League Soccer and our fans, so that we can finalize our plan after many years to be back in this great city. So I want to thank the mayor for his belief in our sport and for working so hard with us on our plan. I met the mayor many years ago when he was city manager. He's been an absolute pleasure to deal with. He's smart, he's incredibly straightforward, and he's very, very passionate about the city that he leads. Mayor and county commissioners, I want to promise you that if we can get this project over the goal line, we will be great, great partners. We will be committed corporate citizens, we will be good neighbors, and we will work tirelessly to deliver value to the people in this region. And I also promise you, as you get to know David, you will find an owner that is very smart. He is incredibly committed to community, not just on a global basis, and he, as a global ambassador for UNICEF, has really become a model in leading great projects around the world, but he will be a committed local partner and do great things in this community. And he will be laser focused on delivering for this city a world-class soccer team that all of you can be proud of. Thank you, David. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. Carlos Gimenez has made public service his lifelong commitment. As the county's top elected official and chief administrator, Mayor Gimenez is responsible for the leadership and management of an organization with more than 25,000 employees and an annual budget of nearly $6 billion. Mayor Gimenez has previously served as chief of the Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Department, city manager of the City of Miami, and commissioner of Miami-Dade County. Here now is Mayor Carlos Gimenez.
Thank you. Fellow residents of Miami-Dade County, Commissioner Garber, Mr. Beckham. The world's most popular sport is coming to the world's hottest city. and I don't mean hottest by temperature, it's just a really hot city. With over 255 million participants worldwide and billions of TV viewers from every area of the globe, soccer is the undisputed international sport. In fact, an amazing 3 billion viewers tuned in to watch the 2010 World Cup finals in South Africa. This broke the previous record of 2.7 billion that watched the 2006 World Cup in Germany. What many people don't realize is that soccer is also one of the top sports in the United States, with over 24 million participants. Here in Miami-Dade County, an international global gateway community, we're the perfect home for soccer. Just last August, we hosted a match between Real Madrid and Chelsea with over 67,000 people in attendance. When Brazil played Honduras this past November, we had over 71,000 fans, the largest crowd ever to watch a soccer game in Florida. On the eve of the World Cup in Brazil, the passion that is football will be felt with celebrations all throughout our county. And also keep in mind that our MLS viewership has grown steadily. But to see the true passion for soccer in Miami-Dade County, you just have to visit any of the different neighborhoods in our community. When you watch young people, boys and girls of all ages from all over the world, and they're playing soccer in our parks, that's where you see the future of soccer in Miami. And perhaps you're even seeing something of the future as future MLS stars are being bred and learn the game here in Miami. Today, professional soccer is a reality in Miami. And who better to bring us professional soccer than one of the world's greatest footballers, David Beckham, an iconic player, no matter where he was. Mr. Beckman, David, is a man who always played with great class, who wore the 3 lions with great pride. He made the presence felt on every time he stepped onto a match or a pitch. And he's always given to himself to help others. Commissioner Garber, we welcome the MLS, and we're happy to be the home of your 22nd franchise. David, we welcome you, your wife Victoria, your children to Miami. We share your vision of greatness, the great things that you want to bring to this franchise, and we share in that. And we are going to be your willing partners in achieving that greatness. We're very glad that you're here. Congratulations to everybody, and welcome to Miami.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Before we open this up to questions from the press, I have a few questions of my own. First of all, to David. This is a major day for Miami and for Major League Soccer. Why did you choose Miami?
I mean, why not? I think, obviously, all joking aside, for me, I wanted to create a team that we can start from scratch. I know there was a team here 10 years ago, and unfortunately they folded. But I think going forward, I wanted to create a team that can be very personal. Everything that I've done throughout my career has been very personal to me. The decisions that I've made are all very personal. And like this one, it's a big decision, but it's a very personal one. I want to make it my own team. You know, I have great partners. I have a partner with Simon Fuller that has been a very good friend. He actually introduced me to my wife, so I have many things to thank him for. I have another partner in Marcelo, who, when I first came to Miami, him and his wife Jordan and his beautiful family welcomed us with open arms, and I'm very proud to have him as a partner, as well as obviously Simon. But we're very excited about this project, and you know, Miami, as Don has said and the mayor has said, is a vibrant city. It's a city with a lot of passion, and I know this city is ready for football, soccer. This time around, I know that this is going to be successful. I've always said throughout my career, whether there's challenges or not, to be successful, you have to work hard. I've worked hard through my whole career, and I'm going to work hard for this city, and I'm going to work hard for this league to make this team very successful. So I'm looking forward to spending a lot more time here. I'm looking forward for my family to be here, my children, my wife. But it's an exciting time.
Everybody wants to catch a glimpse of you, so we have the helicopters overhead as well. Commissioner Garber, what qualities do you believe that David possesses that will translate from success on the soccer field to being a successful team owner?
Well, you know, it starts with the fact that as you all get to spend more time with David, you'll find him being incredibly focused, incredibly smart. All of us that love sport have a long history of dealing with athletes over the last number of decades, and many of them are bright, many of them are giving back to the community, but very few of them really have this incredible focus to be able to translate that which made him a great athlete, working hard, being a good teammate, being very prepared. And he has been able to transition those skills that made him one of the great footballers to now, hopefully, and I'm really quite confident, being one of our great owners. I want to just give a couple of quick points, too. David's going to be leaving here, go to New York to do some things with his wife, and then he's going to spend a week in the Philippines, an area of this world that really needs a lot of help and a lot of support. That's not something he has to do. It's something because it's part of his ethos, it's part of his character, and that speaks to the kind of person that he is and I think the kind of owner that he will be. So when we had the opportunity to bring David in as an owner when he started playing in our league, all of us, our ownership, every member of our board, all of our staff believed, boy, if we could get to the point where we can get through the years that he was such a great player in Major League Soccer and work with him to convince him to become an owner, it would be great for our league, great for the sport, and great for everybody who loves this game in the U.S. and Canada and around the world.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Mayor Gimenez, the County Commission voted to give you the authority to negotiate with a Beckham-led group for a stadium site. Where does that process stand?
Well, we started our negotiations last week, and the start of the negotiations was just what is the process of negotiations, and so that's where we are right now. We know that we have to get rolling on it. There is a time crunch to identify a site, get control of a site, so that we can begin the process of the construction of the stadium. And as I said before, we are willing partners. We're very grateful that Mr. Beckham, David Beckham, and MLS has chosen Miami as the site for their next franchise, and we think it's going to be their most successful franchise. It's also very important for us because it really is the culmination making of us really the international city that we're becoming, and we're growing the gateway to the Americas, and it's such a really natural fit to have Major League Soccer here, and especially have the Beckham brand here in Miami. So we're very proud of that. We're going to do all in our power to make sure that we get the stadium built in the right place and as quickly as possible so that we can start enjoying the matches. If I may, I want to recognize that we have at least 5 commissioners here from Miami-Dade County, Commissioner Bell, Commissioner Moss, Pepe Diaz, Javier Soto, and I see also Commissioner Bruno Barreto there. If there's any other commissioner in the crowd, please, I can't see you, but at least those commissioners are here. That's a clear indication also that there is support, political support, for getting this done. And so as the mayor of Miami-Dade County, they've tasked me with that, and we'll do everything in our power to make sure it happens.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. Now we're going to open it up to questions from the press. I ask that you please raise your hand. Do not shout questions. I will acknowledge you. We have microphones that will be brought to you so we can all hear your question. Please state your name, your media outlet, and make your questions as brief and to the point as possible so we can get to as many of you as possible. Y para los reporteros que quisieran hacer preguntas en español, tenemos intérpretes aquí que pueden traducir las preguntas al inglés. Yes. Do we have a mic that we can bring over to Gary?
And forgive me if this has been addressed already. Traffic. We have traffic in Miami, okay. Mr. Beckham. Much has been made by public officials that no public money will be used to build a stadium or its surrounding infrastructure. To what extent do you and your group To what extent do you and your group intend to seek public money?
Hello? No. That's very true. And it's a great question because it's a question that obviously the people of Miami and of this great city want to know. We don't want public funding. We will fund the stadium ourselves. It's something that we have worked very hard to get to this stage where we can fund the stadium ourselves. We want to, obviously we've had some great work from the mayor and Don and obviously the commissioners, and the support that we've had so far has really been incredible. So we want to create a stadium, we want to create a soccer team, a football club that is the people's football club. It's simple as that. You know, I've worked for some of the biggest clubs in the world with some of the greatest players in the world. And this is a dream. You know, if someone would have turned around to me at 11 years old and said, you know, you're going to play for Manchester United, you're going to represent England, you're going to play for Real Madrid, AC Milan, the Galaxy, and then become an owner, I probably wouldn't have believed them. But I've lived the dream. And for any children growing up, when they turn around to me and they say, you know, what can I be and how can I get to the level that these other players and professional players like Ronaldo, like Messi, like the players that are out there can get to, you know, this is what football can do for you. This is what soccer can do for you. It can give you a great career, it can give you a great life, it can give you the most exciting passion that any sport can give you. And that's what we're bringing to Miami.
Okay, thank you. Yes. The gentleman right behind you.
McCarthy, Fox Sports. Don and David, what do you have to do over the next few years to ensure this club is a success, both in the short term and in the long term?
What can we do? There's a lot of things to do. But like I said, you know, nothing successful is easy in life. You know, there are going to be bumps along the way. There's going to be difficult times, but there'll be more fun times and exciting times and difficult times. I've learned over the years that you have to go through certain tough times to actually come out at the end and be successful. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of interesting people, and we've had a lot of great people that want to invest in this team and this club and believe in this project that we're doing. I think that's where we start. I think when you have the right investors, when you have investors that have passion, I'm not just talking about the wealth-wise, I'm talking about passion for the game. You know, we want investors, we want in partners that are passionate for the game, not just about, you know, about being, you know, successful and earning money out of this. This is not what we're doing. We're making a soccer club, a football club that's going to be loved by many millions of people. I'm not just talking about just the city of Miami. We plan on bringing a team that's going to be a global team. You know, I spoke about this before, I spoke about it many times. I'm committed to this league and I've been committed to this sport for many years. And this is what we plan to bring to Miami. You know, I've seen the change over the last 10 years. You know, I've only been playing in LA for 6 years, but I've seen the change in this league. I've seen the interest in this league. I've seen the likes of Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Barcelona come over to America, and they spend time here. They want to play against the MLS teams. They're interested in this league, and that's what's changing, and that's what's happening. And yeah, there's a lot of hard work to do. There's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of talks going to happen. There's obviously a lot of people that are going to want to know what we're doing, how we're doing it. But we have the answers, and you know, we're honest people. We will be honest with people, and we have been so far, and we will continue to be.
Okay, thank you. René.
Mi nombre es Gloria Ordaz y quiero hacer la pregunta en español. Muchas personas consideran que para que este equipo sea exitoso en la ciudad de Miami debería incluir jugadores de todas las Américas. ¿Cuál es su visión para este equipo?
There's a lot of people in the community who feel There's a lot of people in the community who feel that in order to have a successful team, it needs to be represented by many different cultural backgrounds and Americans. What is your plan on that?
My plan. I'm sorry, I'm going to answer this in English because I can express myself a little bit better in English. But what I will say is, yes, we will want to bring some of the best players in football, in soccer, to Miami to play in this team. I've seen what happens to teams when you bring great players in. I'm talking about the Heat. And when you look at a team like that, when you look at a franchise like that, you want success. You want people talking about the team. And yes, we will bring great players into this team. That's the fortunate thing about my career and the teams that I've played for and the players that I've played with. You know, players are already interested in coming to Miami. Who wouldn't want to live in Miami and to play in Miami? But the one thing that I want to achieve more than anything is I want to set up a great academy, a kids academy that brings young players from all over Miami. We want local talent. We want local children. We want local football players that believe that they can reach the top and play in the MLS and play for the US team and play for the Mexican team and play for whoever and wherever they're from. You know, that's the important part for me. I want to create a team that has young players coming through the academy that go into the team. It's not about just bringing the best players from Europe, the best players from South America. It's about nurturing talent, and that's going to be the difference in, you know, whether, you know, America are going to be, you know, a great team, are going to have the chance to win a World Cup one day. You know, it's about bringing young talent through. There's the US team, the way they've improved in the last 10 years has been incredible, and I've seen that. But that has to continue, and the only way that's going to continue is if we have good academies, we have good coaches, we have good young children coming through, and that's what we aspire, that's what we want.
Sí, el plan de trabajo va a ser para atraer los mejores jugadores en el mundo. Lo importante es el éxito para el equipo, pero también a la misma vez la idea es crear academia acá en la ciudad de Miami para poder desarrollar talento, porque al final de cuentas la juventud y esos sueños es lo importante para poder desarrollar jugadores para las selecciones de Estados Unidos, de México, para un futuro.
You gave up your chance, so I'll give it back to René.
Mr. Beckham, obviously it starts in Renee with American TV Channel 41. Obviously it starts in Miami, but do you guys, even you, Mr. Garber, do you guys have a vision as to what a powerful player United States will be in the soccer world?
I'll start with that one and then throw it over to David. The ascension of the U.S. national team over the last number of years has been remarkable. And it's driven very much so, to David's point, by young kids that are coming out of youth programs and academies throughout our country. You look at where our league is now and impacting the U.S. national team, the vast majority of the players that are going to go over to Brazil are players that are in our league, either those that went through a youth system or went through the college system. Our goal for Major League Soccer is to be one of the top soccer leagues in the world by 2022. In order for us to be able to achieve that, we need to continue to invest in this sport at the bottom and make our clubs more and more influential and more important in the communities. If we're able to do that, we will be able to turn not just the United States, but also where we have 3 teams up in Canada, into being far more influential in the world of global soccer, and hopefully have our team win the World Cup sometime soon, and hopefully, frankly, to have the Canadians qualify for their first World Cup. That is our laser focus, and I think we'll be able to achieve it. The achievements over the last 10 years in our league are things that nobody ever expected to happen. I think you'll see achievements with our national team and ultimately the Canadian national team that'll surprise many people in the years to come.
David, did you want to add to that, or?
Yeah.
Take it away.
Yeah, obviously I agree with everything that Don says. You know, it's what this country aspires to be. You know, this country wants to be the best at everything. And I've loved to have been part of this for the 6 years that I lived in LA. You know, I know the passion in this country. I know the passion that the Canadians have and how proud they are to have the teams that they have in the MLS. And that's what we want. You know, we want people to be proud of their, not just their MLS team that they support, but their country that they support, and they're going into World Cup competitions or qualifying games. So it's exactly what we want to achieve.
Thank you. Purple shirt.
Richard Luscombe for The Guardian. It takes a long time to build a stadium, and given that you would hope to be playing in, say, 2-3 seasons' time, do you have the time to get a stadium built? And if you don't get it built in that time, where does Major League Soccer sit with allowing you to possibly rent a stadium, play somewhere else while it's being constructed?
Well, obviously, no, we can't build a stadium in 2 weeks. So this is obviously going to take time, you know, but the next major thing that is going to happen now is getting the right partners, getting the right investors. Once we have the right investors, and once we've sat down with the mayor and the commissioners, and we have the site that we hopefully want, because, you know, we want to build a stadium in Miami. The city of Miami and the people of Miami deserve a stadium that they're proud of. They deserve a stadium that they deserve a stadium that is in a great place. The commissioners, the board, the mayor has promised us, I can say promised, I think, that we will be downtown. I think it's important that we are in this part of the city, because I've seen what Mickey and his family have done with the Heat. I've seen, you know, the arena that they've created. I've seen the buzz. And football fans, soccer fans, you know, they love to commute. They love to walk. You know, I'm hoping that that's the same in Miami. People love to walk. Football fans, soccer fans love to walk to games. You know, it's a community. I've seen, you know, what it's like in Seattle. I've seen the fans, the way the passion is there. And I know that we're going to have that here. So, no, we can't. Sorry, you keep putting your hands up. You're thinking I'm stopping, but I'm not. So, yeah, obviously, we can't build a stadium in 6 months. But once we have the site, once we work with the mayor and his commissioners and the people of Miami, we'll be quick. We'll be very quick, hopefully.
Okay, Univision here in the front. Wait for the microphone, please.
Carolina Guzman from Univision, Southwest Florida. Can you give me 3 names of soccer players that you would like to have in your team? I play soccer. Can I be in your team?
Yes, you could be in the team, of course.
Do you have a contract?
3 names. I think as an owner, it would be disrespectful, and an ex-player, it would be disrespectful of me to say what players that I want in the team. I think it's pretty obvious the players that people would love in the team. But we have a list. We have a list of players, but like I said, I've been very lucky to have had and played with some of the best players. And fortunately, these players are actually sending me messages, calling me up, saying, okay, Miami, great. When's it happening, and how can we get there? So that's obviously the good thing. We will decide that obviously in the near future, but we want the best. And you're more than welcome to come, of course.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And our final question today, the gentleman over here. Hola.
Thank you. Good morning. Raul Garcia from Hello Magazine Television for Latin America. David, good morning. My question would be, with this new project, your wife's fashion career exploding, your kid at Manchester United, when you put everything on the table and you see it from the outside, what do you see?
Sorry, I couldn't hear that.
With this new project, with your wife's fashion career exploding, with your kid at Manchester United, and when you put everything on the table and you see it from the outside, what do you see?
A busy life. But to be honest, I'm used to that. You know, my wife has a very successful fashion line. She has a very successful career, obviously with the Spice Girls. Myself, I've had a very busy and successful career. Our number one priority, you know, I'm passionate about many things. I'm passionate about my career. I'm passionate about being an owner. I was passionate about playing soccer over the years. My number one priority is my children. Simple as that. It always will be, always has been and always will be. But we have many great things going on at the moment. I'm very committed, as always, to everything that I'm part of. And right now, this is my number one commitment, other than obviously my children and my family. But this is something that I'm very committed to. So I'm excited about this one.
Okay, we are actually going to squeeze in one more question. Univision.
You on this mic?
Do you have a microphone?
Oh, I would love to share the mic with you.
It's a great guy he is.
Thank you, Dave. Well, good morning, everybody. Fernando Fiore from República Deportiva at Univision. Mayor, for you first, I think this is the perfect place to be, the Perez Art Museum. So hopefully we're going to have a stadium very close that will be art in soccer, and we can have a great culture and soccer together. So just think about it for one reason.
I can tell you that as part of the negotiations, as we've spoken to the Beckham Group, is that we not only want to create an iconic, we want them to create an iconic stadium, but also a great public space.
Yeah.
And if it's somewhere in this area to become an amenity, to an additional amenity to what is really happening here downtown. Right. If you come back in 5 years, you're not going to recognize Miami and downtown Miami. And so that stadium needs to be part of the fabric of Miami. And so that's what I hope we'll be able to accomplish together, and something that we'll both be proud of now and into the future, and something that could be left for our children and our grandchildren.
David, you were talking so much and everybody's asking about players, but I'm going for coaches. By any chance, did your friend Sir Alex Ferguson call you or text you that wants to come and coach here, maybe?
Funnily enough, no, he didn't call me or text me. But he's a great manager. You know, he's a manager that gave me the chance to play for my boyhood dream club. Great manager, but unfortunately he's retired. So we won't pull him out of retirement. I think he's enjoying that. But you never know. I mean, we can bring him down to Miami and we'll see. But no, you know, everything has to be right. You know, from all the background staff to the stadium, to the position of the stadium, to everything that we do with this club has to be right. And the coach is very important. I've obviously been able to be managed by some of the great coaches in the game. So I kind of know what makes a great coach and what doesn't. And fortunately, I've always had great coaches. But we'll have a good coach here.
Thank you. And finally, Mr. Garber, I asked you so many times about when we're going to have a team in Miami, when we folded our first team. Do you know by any chance any other city in the world that has a second chance like we do here in Miami with these great guys in the back that deserve it? I've been waiting for more than 10 years. Do you know any other city in the world that got a second chance like us?
No. So we look forward to being here, and we look forward to actually a really good day. For the rest of this day, I will tell you, you're going to be so surprised at the access that David will provide all of you. When he was announced to come into Major League Soccer, he and Victoria was on the field there as well, David. Did hours of interviews, though I don't think he has hours today. But you'll see his humility coming out in what he says. You're going to see his passion coming out in his support for this city and for this club. We're all very excited to be here, so thank you, Fernando. Let's get going.
Yes, thank you so much, and thank you for all your questions. Before we conclude, there are some people who would like to say thank you. We would like to invite the Southern Legion, the fans, who've been pushing for the return of a soccer team to Miami for the past 10 years, to come to the stage.
Thank you. How you doing, fellas?
Guys, we're going to get it just with the three of us now, guys. So thanks a lot.
David says he would like to make a few final remarks. If we could quiet down, please. David Beckham would like to make some remarks. Not going to get him quiet.
That's a good thing. Okay, before, I know it's been a long morning, but I just want to first off thank the fans. I want to thank the media. Thank you for coming down here today. It's obviously a very big day for myself, big day for everyone that's been working very hard with this project. So thank you very much for your support. I hear your concerns, I hear the issues, I hear everything that you have to throw at me. So I'm looking forward to working with you and having a successful relationship over the next few years and over the years to come. Thank you to the people of Miami for making myself, my family, my friends feel so welcome. And it means a lot that we have your support, and it means a lot that you've got up very early this morning and come down here. So thank you very much.
Thank you, David Beckham, Commissioner Don Garber, and Miami-Dade Mayor Carlos Gimenez. That concludes the press conference. Thank you very much.
I think we're going to figure out what we're doing media-wise.
Good job, David.